For a lot of us, marriage feels like the destination at the end of this long, well-traveled road. But what if that road actually leads to a dead end? Today, we're going to look at a totally different idea. That marriage isn't some milestone you just reach, but a very deliberate turning point, a conscious choice that can either lift your life up or, well, send it completely off the rails. So let's just dive right into the heart of it, right? Are we getting married just to fill some void, to satisfy our own desires and find that missing piece for the life we think we're supposed to have? This is the big idea we're really going to challenge today. Okay, to really get why this view is so different, we first have to look at the life script most of us are handed. Let's call it the conventional path. I mean, this timeline probably looks super familiar, doesn't it? Society basically teaches us this step-by-step plan. You build a career, you get your own place, you settle down, and then, for the grand finale, you get married. It's presented like it's the final required step into being a real adult. And let's be real here. This isn't just a friendly suggestion. This stuff is drilled into us. From the time we're kids, marriage is framed as this absolutely necessary part of a successful life. It can feel less like a choice and, honestly, more like an obligation you have to fulfill. But what if that whole way of thinking is just flawed? And that's where we get to the core of this argument. When we see marriage as just a piece of paper, a box to check off a list, we miss the entire point. And the consequences? Well, they can be really serious. This slide just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the common belief. Marriage is for physical enjoyment, fulfilling your desires, or just taking that next expected social step. But then you have this much deeper thought, that its primary purpose isn't pleasure, that just chasing desires is a misuse of all that life energy, and that it's supposed to be a profound spiritual platform for building something much bigger. And this line of thinking leads to a pretty powerful and, yeah, maybe even a jarring conclusion. The idea is that when you treat marriage like it's just a certificate, just a permission slip to do whatever you want without any self-control, the consequences aren't just about you. They can ripple out and affect the next generation. The core idea here is that the intention behind starting a family is everything. The argument goes that when a child is conceived without that deep, conscious love, when it's born more from lust, their whole foundation is a little shaky. In this view, it's like their potential and their sense of their own value are diminished before they even get started. So if marriage isn't just for getting what we want, then what in the world is it for? Well, this brings us to a whole new vision, seeing marriage as a truly sacred bond. Okay, here's the big shift in thinking. Instead of marriage being a place where you get things, it's reframed as a platform where you invest things. And we're not talking about money here. We're talking about investing the most valuable stuff you have, your love, your trust, your energy, and your strength. So what does that higher purpose actually look like? Well, here's a breakdown. It's about being part of something bigger than just yourself. Maybe that means consciously continuing the cycle of creation, or embracing a whole new identity, like becoming a mother or father. The key is to channel your life's energy in the right direction, to build on some kind of shared spiritual or divine foundation. And this really hammers home that idea of self-control and intention we talked about. The argument is that our life force, our energy, is precious. So a sacred marriage isn't a space to just thoughtlessly release it. It's more like a vessel to hold that energy and use it constructively, with purpose, when the time is truly right. Okay, so all of this, it all boils down to one really practical question. If this is the real purpose of marriage, then when should someone actually do it, and for what reason? And this right here, this is probably the single most important takeaway. Don't marry because it's the next item on your to-do list. The advice here is to marry only when you consciously decide that your life needs a fundamental shift, a totally new direction, a U-turn. It's supposed to be an active, transformative choice, not just passively drifting into the next phase. So at the end of the day, it's all about personal responsibility. The power is completely in your hands. Your marriage isn't going to be beautiful or ugly by accident. The outcome, whether it's good or bad, is a direct result of the intention you bring to it from the very, very beginning. And so, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. If marriage really is one of life's huge turning points, then the intention you bring to it is what decides if it's going to be a beautiful turn or an ugly one. So, which will it be? That's the question to really consider.